So remember when I talked about breaking negative patterns, I put up a Q&A on Instagram on what negative pattern many of us struggled with, and guess what? Going back to our exes got the most votes. So here are a few reasons why this could be happening to you. Please speak out what resonates with you. Number one, familiarity. So you've convinced yourself that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't, right? You see, humans are instinctively drawn to familiarity because it can be perceived as safer than the unknown. So you're seeking out familiarity and comfort by going back to your ex. It is normal to want safety. It is normal to want to feel comfortable. And when it comes to your relationships, that means that even when they are potentially dysfunctional or unhealthy, people understand what to expect of an ex-partner, right? And the comfort of familiarity has really such a strong pull, and such familiarity may seem like a good reason to get back together when the other option is to step into the uncomfortable world of dating. Reason number two, you have convinced yourself that maybe they have changed. Relax. It's only been what, 3 weeks, 2 days, 4 months? You see, the heartache doesn't tell time well. But just because it suddenly seems like, based on their online presence or word of mouth, like your ex has suddenly learned how to self-reflect and is saying all the right things, things you've been dying to hear, waiting to hear for years, it doesn't mean they have changed. While change is always possible, real evolution requires time and effort, and it rarely happens all at once. Reason number three, children. You cannot merely do it for them, especially if your partner was putting you under unbearable circumstances. Your children love you and need you to be mentally healthy and happy. He is your ex for a reason. She is your ex for a reason. It is better for the kids to have 2 parents and 2 healthy homes than angry parents under 1 toxic roof. Reason number 4, loneliness. You see, the need for companionship has led many of us to go back to our exes. Loneliness is a heavy burden to carry, and if it doesn't lighten in the days or a few weeks or even months after a breakup, you feel like maybe getting back together will solve the problem. Newsflash, it doesn't, right? There is a reason why he or she is called an ex-partner. Reason number 5, regret. You see, sometimes breakups are intentional, other times a hit of a moment type of decision, and some of our ex-partners get together because they believe they should never have broken up in the first place, and they view the breakup as a regrettable mistake. Reason number 6, some of us get back to our exes because of the guilt or because we feel indebted to them for maybe what they used to do for us, and we sometimes feel bad for our exes and see getting back together as a way to manage our ex's distress. Reason number 7, you are uncomfortable with the idea of your ex being with someone else, especially if they're better looking. You see, it sucks to see an ex move on or start to date someone else, but the feeling this way doesn't mean that you made the wrong choice to end things. It could mean you just haven't fully healed from this loss. Just let yourself feel the pain, okay? Heal, it takes time. Reason number 8, you find it difficult being alone. You've convinced yourself that being single will feel worse than being emotionally alone while in a relationship. I know many of us have normalized being alone in a relationship, what I call being single in a relationship, but often this is not the case, okay? One discomfort, being unattached, is healthy and can ultimately lead to self-growth, right? While the other discomfort, feeling alone while in a relationship, is indicative of a relationship that lacks real intimacy and can ultimately negatively impact your mental health. Choose wisely. Reason number 9, you are afraid you can't or won't find anyone better. So you stay with something that just isn't working out of fear, even if you know the relationship isn't right for you in the long run. But I assure you, if you found that kind of love once, you can find it again. Reason number 10, you hate or fear change. If you are this kind of person, you're going to find it very hard to deal with breakups. This usually comes with fear of going back to the dating scene, being open, being vulnerable in a new relationship, or being heartbroken in a new relationship. See, that is why it's important to ask yourself if you want to get back together, or do you just want their love and approval back? Or is it because change scares you? You see, fear is a powerful motivator for people getting back with their exes. Reason number 11, you broke up but did not stop hooking up. See, you tell yourself, my intention is to just hook up without getting emotionally involved. Newsflash, keeping the two separate is harder than you might expect. Reason number 12, most of the time, people don't miss their exes as much as they miss the sex. That's a fact. You see, that's another reason right there that I know we miss them, we remember the good times, we are still attracted to them, they were our best friends. But someone can be a good person and not be the right person for you. You need to tell the difference. Another reason might sound funny, but when some people notice their exes, no longer want them, they see that as a challenge. So they start to chase again. It's all games for some people to just suck you back into their drama. You need to be very careful. And some exes go back because they want an ego boost, right? You see, fragile female or male egos is a thing. And sometimes they will hit up an ex just because they want to know if they're still attractive or if they're still relevant, You see, for many of us, also, this is another reason, after some time apart, we realized that we took each other for granted. Now we can see clearly where we could and should have done better. We realize that there were many good traits in our exes. We know there were reasons why things didn't work out and how we should have made an effort, okay? And now we also know that there were many reasons why it worked for a long time and why we became attracted to that person in the long run. In the first place. So this is another reason why some of us go back. We actually, do some self-introspection and go like, okay, I know I should have done better. I messed up. There's a reason why I loved you in the first place. There's a reason why I loved her in the first place. You know what? Let me go back and try again. So listen, before you go back to your ex, okay, I need you to evaluate if you're returning to them out of feelings of loneliness, fear, or unresolved issues, or if you genuinely want to be with that person, okay? If it is safe for you to return to them, then it is entirely up to you. Your dating life is entirely your decision. And if it is what you want, you should feel free to explore that. But my advice is before you go, number 1, reflect on the purpose of the ending, okay? Your mind can be deceiving when you're feeling alone or vulnerable, okay? So I need you to recall the reason or reasons for the breakup and why it made sense at the time, okay? The reasons still likely apply, but your anxiety is telling you otherwise. Please don't ignore the red flags, okay? Number 2, you don't need to act on your difficult feelings, okay? Most of the times we rush to, act on the loneliness feeling. We rush to act on, oh my God, I miss them. You just need to experience them for a moment. For example, when you feel lonely or sad, an impulse might be to fix that feeling, right, with something or someone else because those emotions are perceived as a problem. While they can be uncomfortable, it's so much better to sit with the experience of your loss without judgment, okay? This is key. It's very important. I need you to try this mantra, right? If you're stuck, I need you to tell yourself, just because I'm feeling the urgency around fixing this feeling, it doesn't mean I need to act on it, okay? Number 3, I need you to create boundaries within your thoughts, right? If needed, you can choose not to engage in a conversation with these intrusive thoughts because it all starts here. Try not to internally talk back, fuel, or reason with them, okay? You can also try the I'll sleep on it and revisit this if it still needs my attention tomorrow technique. That works. Often, some of the thoughts or memories you were fixating on the night before will be gone by morning. Trust me. Number 4, try healthy distractions, right? These are also helpful when you're feeling too overwhelmed to begin to process your feelings, okay? You just don't want distractions to be the only coping mechanism in your toolbox, right? So this is your cue to turn on your favorite movie, to call up your best friend, to get up on your social calendar and, note something down, go out, go dance, anything. You can do anything other than call your ex. And I said healthy distractions. I'm not telling you to go drink alcohol to numb the pain, to, go to the bar Monday to Monday. No, that doesn't work. It only makes things worse. Okay, number 5, I need you to check in with your emotions. Ask yourself, were you feeling closer, or farther from your authentic self while you are in that relationship with your ex-partner? Were your core values in life aligned with what you experienced while together? You may also want to consider, are you missing this person or just being with them, right? A good way to step outside your emotions and see the relationship more clearly is to think about a close friend in your shoes. What would you tell them? Would you want to see them go back in this type of relationship? Yes? No? Number 6, give it time, okay? If one headspace is telling you to get involved with an ex-partner and another is asking you to stay away, give yourself some time. Rule of thumb, before making any more decisions about this relationship, you need time to reconnect with yourself, your self-esteem, your confidence and desires, okay? Following the breakup, time is inherently healing if you let it be. For personalized assistance, please reach me on Assalam, Alaykum, Warahmatullah, Wabarakatuh.